Hello and welcome back to Spin Your Jaw. Now on today's show, we are joined by former professional heavyweight boxer, two-time Commonwealth heavyweight title challenger, and you might know him best for his third-round knockout win over former WBA champion Lucas Brown in 2019. And he is quite possibly the funniest man in boxing. The White Rhino is David Allen. So, right, I don't know if this is a northern thing, right? But I would be really offended if somebody called me over anything else.
You know what? You call me the C word as well, yeah? Not bothered, but I hate being called kid. Like, I'm not a kid. When it's a bloke, you just think, what do you mean, kid? What do you mean? Like, I don't get it. I'm 28 years old. What do you mean, kid? Well, they're younger than you as well. They're younger than you. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean, kid?
Unless I had like a pally relationship with them, be like, oh, you're right, kid. But
I'd say our kid. I'd say our, like Danny, our kid. Danny's our kid.
Mm-hmm.
He's our kid. Like, he's not my young'un. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I won't call him just kid. What are you doing, kid?
I think I'm also the prettiest young heavyweight out there. No?
Do you reckon?
I'm nowhere near, and I'm a.
Do you know what? You have boyish good looks.
Yeah, I'm only a young boy. I mean, I'm going to develop into a very handsome young man. My mum tells me. What do you think?
6 out of 10.
You're a little old for me.
6 out of 10.
What were you actually stuffing down your trousers?
I had a pair of Slazenger socks. In the morning of the weigh-in, I just said it'd be really funny, wouldn't it? Because we had to weigh in at the O2, it's kind of outside, so I just put them down. I just thought,
keep you warm.
This is hilarious. Even though it's not even funny, really, is it? It's not that funny, really. If someone else did that, now, I'd just be like, oh, that's not that funny, really.
I mean, I don't think it'd be funny if anybody else did it because you've already done it.
Yeah, but surely I can't be the first. Ooh, that would have been. I wouldn't be the first person to have stuffed the boxes with. I wouldn't have thought so, would you?
I don't see many men in the boxes, to be honest.
I don't know, really. I didn't think it was that funny. But I mean, it did the trick. It did what it was supposed to do, didn't it?
It did. When I've spoken to people about doing this interview, they're like, "Oh, can you get the clip of him and his gold underwear on?" You've got some fans.
Oh, he didn't look very big then, Jesus. He didn't look very big at all. It was freezing in there. I needed the socks then, I'm telling you.
Bless. What would you say your hardest fight was?
Tony Yoka.
Tony
Yoka fight was brutal. The prize fight, I don't really remember massive amounts of it, to be honest. And the Bracamonte fight was hard. But the Yoka fight was just like... The Yoka fight was something else. I actually wanted to cry. I wasn't training. I never really trained, you know. The Lucas Brown fight, I got fit, but I still weren't fit. My diet was horrendous. You know, when I boxed David Price, if I beat David Price, I was going to box Alexander Povetkin. If I beat Alexander Povetkin, you was going to get Alan Joshua. Like that would have happened, and I still couldn't be asked to train for literally 6 weeks before Price. I went home and I didn't do a thing. Didn't train.
Do you think you felt?
Not really. I had a girlfriend at the time, and me and it were arguing like mad all the time. And one Monday I went to London, and the hotel I booked said, "No, we've not booked." I said, "No, I have." And I said, "No, you haven't." So I said, walking around London trying to find another hotel, trying to find a B&B, anything. And after about an hour, her texted me, gave me grief. I had Danny with me. I had 2 heavy bags. And I rung down and went, "Darren, I'm going home, mate, and I ain't coming back." And that was it. And I went home and I never came back. I seen Darren one time before the fight. That was it. I sparred twice. I went for a run probably once. And I just didn't eat anything.
You've been in some quite bad personal spaces that you've been quite open and honest about on your social media, which I really, really commend you for, because especially in boxing, where it's such a kind of masculine alpha sport, there's very select few people that actually talk about any of their experiences. So just by you being honest, even in your captions, it helps so many people.
What it is I feel I am the alpha male.
Mm.
And I'm more the alpha male because I can strip myself back and say, look, this is how it is.
Mm.
You know, that makes me more of a man than not.
Definitely.
You know, it is what it is. I've had loads of problems in my life, yeah. And I'm
Mm.
still here now. And I'm massively successful, you know. Lots of people over the years have given me grief and that, but you know what? I look back at my career now, it's done. Headline the O2 Arena. I was one of the most popular fighters in the UK for a few years. You know, I boxed in every arena in the country, made a lot of money out of it, done all the TV stuff, met all my heroes. So what can anyone say to me? They can't say anything to me.
Mm.
And at the end of it, I'm 6'3" and 20 stone. So what? You know? So what about it? What can anyone say? They can't say anything. So if I want to sit there and say, you know what, I've had a terrible day today, and I realise over time as well, I used to say little things to people go, you know what, that messaged me, that helped Dave actually. I can't believe you're feeling like that because I do as well, you know. Should I go and speak to someone? Yeah, you should. So over time I realised, you know what, me just saying how I felt was helping for people. And it don't mean nothing to me for me to come out and say, you know what, I used to self-harm. Yeah, try to take my own life. Yeah, I did this and that. It means nothing to me because I did it. If I've done it, I'm willing to say, you know what, yeah, I own it, I did it. Done some ridiculous things in my life. I'm not ashamed of it even because at the time I did them. Was done for a reason, you know, whether it be stupidity or whatever else, I did it. So if it helps people, then great. Well, that makes me the ultimate alpha male that I can own my own feelings and be proud of them. And I'm even proud of my mistakes because they made me the man I am now, and I'm very proud of what I became from where I started. To be honest.
I mean, I even just listening to you, like, it makes me light up inside. There's so many people that have watched you through your career that there's not anybody I've spoken to that doesn't have so much love for you, whether they know you or they don't know you, just because they've seen you progress to who you are now. So yeah, really commend you for that.
And anyone that knows me, like people, I see stuff. If I see negative things, I think, well, I know before I even see who it is, I know they don't know me. I know they don't. You know, I'm not perfect. You know what I mean? But the fact that I'm not perfect, I think, is what made a lot of people like me. Anyway, it's an endearing. I've got an endearing side to me because everyone knows I'm a bit of an idiot. You know what I mean? I do something sometimes. It's like they should do that, David, but I do it anyway. So that's the endearing part of me. But if I see anything negative about me, I know for a fact they don't know me. You know, because like I said, I'm not perfect. I do a million and one things I shouldn't do, but at the top and bottom of it is I'm a good man who just tries to do good things all the time for everyone. So, and as I get older now, yeah, I don't care what anyone else has to say negative because A, they don't know me, and B, if they do, they're talking.
Tell him. So you recently made the decision to retire from professional boxing.
Yep.
What made you make that decision? Because you were meant to have a fight in summer, weren't you, with Matchroom? And I was absolutely gutted for you. Really, really gutted.
Well, I was meant to fight in August.
I
was meant to fight Huey Fury on the Dylan White Povetkin card. That fell through. For what reason? Not 100% sure. People said about to do with me and wanting more money. I did want more money, but there was other reasons behind it as well. It wasn't down to me. I had one phone call. I said, "Well, I'll do it, but I want more." Never heard anything back. There's no counter offer. It was a load of bollocks, to be honest. Anyway, so I was then meant to fight early October. That never happened. I was then meant to fight October 31st, Christian Hammer. I didn't want to fight Christian Hammer because I didn't think I'd have beat him. But I took it anyway. I said, you know what, Ed? Yeah, let's do it. If I beat it, I mean, you got to give me something massive then. You owe me. Do you know what I mean? So I took the Hammer fight. It gets Corona. Lovejoy comes in. That falls through. And then that's where it all started, really. Then I started just to think, after the prize fight, I was ready for retiring. I probably should have retired after the prize fight, really, because how many people go to the hospital unconscious, paralysed, and live a normal life again? Do you know? But I came back and boxed him because I wanted just to say, you know what? Yeah, I've done it. I'm not being. The last image of me wasn't going to be me on my back on the stretch in the O2. I couldn't allow it, so I had to box again anyway. I was always going to box him because I was never going to go out like that. So I came back and boxed, but my younger was getting less and less. And when Lovejoy pulled out and I weren't on the show anymore, I was going to fight November 21st. And Eddie kept sending me names. I'm like, Ed, no, I don't think I can beat him. But 2 years earlier, I'd have fought a bear. Do you know what I mean? A really hungry one as well. But I was turning down names because I don't want to box him. So the fear had set in. A bit of fear had set in. And it weren't fear of winning and losing, it was fear of fighting, just fighting. So I knew it was time. I'm not saying I'd never box again, but the hunger went, the fear set in. So I said, no, that's it. I'll retire. I don't have any plans to box again. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I don't have any plans to. But the fear had set in, and I was scared to fight, and that's why I packed in.
A story that I wanted to ask you about. I read something on Rob T. Butt's Twitter that he once watched a fighter eat a big bag of cheesy Doritos, a big bag of Haribo, and wash it down with a bottle of Coke, and still knock Nick Webb out at the O2. Was that you?
People don't believe how I used to live my life, right? 2018, I boxed Lenroy Thomas, March 3rd, I got cut eye in the first round. So the fight got called off. From that day on till November 10th when I boxed Ariel Esteban Bracamonte, I was in the gym I might have gone inside the gym 10 times, in that 8-month period of time. Probably 10 training sessions. Never ate anything, never dieted, never ate anything well. Probably never even ate a salad or a vegetable in that whole time, or a piece of fruit. And I had 5 bouts: Dave Howe, Tony Yoka, Nick Webb, Samir Nebo, Bracamonte. Probably never went to bed before 3 a.m. either on any of them nights. I lived a very unhealthy life for even it was mad. And I had 5 fights and won 4. My only defeat was against Olympic gold medalist in France. I think people really do underestimate how bad I lived my life at that time. It was horrendous. I never really trained well or dieted well, but that year was unbelievable. People always say, "Oh, well, they've had a 12-week camp, that's their joke," but they don't understand how ill prepared I was. The fact I even had a career in any sense, shape or form is a miracle.
I don't know how your body kept up with you.
When I boxed Nick Webb, I got there on the Wednesday. So the first night I was in the bar till about 2, 3 o'clock, went to bed, got up at 8 o'clock. The Thursday was the press conference, did the press conference, went to see my friend Lewis Tomlinson, One Direction, went to X Factor that day. So I was at X Factor all day. Then about 11 o'clock at night, I turned up at a boxing podcast show in Shoreditch. Just sat there, did that for a few hours, got home about 2, went to bed about 5. The weigh-in, I went to an all-you-can-eat Brazilian, then the weigh-in after it. Came back, I was in the bar till 5, half 5. With all the ring girls and that. Then I woke up at 7:30. Then I fought Nick Webb the next day, knocked him out, no problem. I watched Samir Nebo. I knew he weren't very good, so I never trained. Went to the gym 2 or 3 times. Ate whatever I wanted, knocked him out. And the Bracamonte fight did the same again. I had a full week off because I was locked out of my house. I went to go on holiday. I missed the plane. I went to go on holiday after the night of the Samir Nebo fight. My flight was like 6:15 from Newcastle Airport. I didn't wake up till 10:30, so I missed my flight. My sister had my house keys. She were already on the plane. So I had to go and stay at my mates for weeks. I couldn't train. All I had was the clothes I was wearing I had no money or nothing. My sister away, so all I had was the clothes I was wearing, my gym bag. So
bloody hell.
The first week with the Bracamonte I couldn't do it. Then I started training. I was training Danny. So the Webb Bracamonte Nebo fight and the Yoka fight, I never trained. I probably did 3 or 4 training sessions the whole time.
For the next part, I thought, as we're both from Yorkshire, we could do a Yorkshire phrase translation. First one, gives a croggy.
That's get on back at my bike, innit?
I'll be right.
I'll be all right, yeah. I'll be sound.
I'll do.
How are you doing?
I was pagged.
Tired, fighting, and what you do to a woman.
Chuffing hell, yeah.
Chuffing hell, yeah. I say chuffing hell all the time.
And the people are like...
chuffing hell. Yeah, I do it all the time. Something happens. Chuffing hell.
What are you getting Mardy for?
Yeah, Mardy's another one. A lot of people don't use Mardy, do they? It's surprising, because I thought Mardy were like a... I assumed everyone used Mardy, but they don't. But Mardy's just miserable. Someone's Mardy, just being miserable. Just being Mardy. Well, they're being Mardy, aren't they? They're just being
just no down. What temperature would you say is shorts weather up north?
Well, I'm wearing shorts now. It's freezing outside.
It's what?
I pretty much wear shorts. My general outfit is shorts, no boxers, no socks, pair of trainers or sliders, and a t-shirt, and I'll wear that wherever, really.
Yeah, it's about 4 degrees now. So.
Yeah.
Shoot, yeah, we'll go 4
yeah,
degrees.
but I always wear shorts, though.
Myself,
yeah, myself, yeah, myself. Yeah. Where I'm from, like Donny, Cunningsborough area, we're even more. People always say he's punch drunk in, but if I'm talking normal, you won't understand the word I was saying. I try and slow down because when I'm home and I'll talk to my friends that are from the same area, you wouldn't understand the word we were saying. And
the last one, what are kegs?
Kegs.
Kegs
are your pants. Yorkshire, you miss loads of words out like cunt and done and won and yeah.
to shop, to pub?
I'm gonna shop. I'll just say going shop.
This is a game I like to call wrong answers only. So I've got 11 questions for you, but all your answers have to be wrong. Who has the best chin in boxing?
David Price. I've got to get my own back somehow. Haven't I?
What is the southpaw stance?
Well, I'd say you leave your left hand, but if you're southpaw, you leave your right hand. So technically, I was wrong.
What is
In the smartest way possible, probably. What is a what?
What is a unanimous decision?
Where not everyone thinks you win.
A gum shield protects what?
Your head.
How
It's
did
it's actually harder than you think.
It's really hard. How do judges decide who wins?
By who lands the least amount of punches.
How do fighters help boost testosterone levels before a fight?
Shagging.
What is Canelo best known for?
Not being a drug cheat.
What is Eddie Hearn best at?
Well, I'm still looking for a job off Eddie, so I've got to be very, very careful with my answer here. So I'm going to say Eddie is the best at everything. No, that's the opposite, isn't it? That's the opposite question. It's best at not everything.
So if you had to pick your ultimate fighter's head movement, who would you choose?
Head movement. Probably a prime Mike Tyson.
Mm-hmm. What about chin?
David Allen.
Left hook?
Bob Foster.
Right hand?
Carlos Palomino.
And footwork?
Pernell Whitaker.
That's all I've got for you. So
Right.
Thank you very much for joining us and being so open and honest and your usual good laughing self.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, right. I'll love you and leave you. Thank you so much.
No problem at all.
Got any good jokes to finish off on?
I have actually.
Oh, go on.
Who's good looking that hangs up?
Good looking at. Ah! Thank you all so much for watching. That was an abrupt ending. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next episode of Spin Your Jaw.